everybody.
No, I know, right?
Do you not need the mic?
You want water?
हाँ मेनू चाहिए कुछ
Hi.
My name is Minaxi.
My name is Assis.
And you're listening to
Eerie Theories, and welcome back. Now, today's topic is kind of in the theme of what we did last time, but we have special guests with us. And first, we're going to introduce them. We have
Amrita.
Mayhar.
Saloni
Sakri.
Yeah.
Okay,
So we have the whole Brown gang here.
Yes.
And we about to talk about some.
We're talking about murder mysteries.
Yeah.
So the title of this episode is "Who's Holding the Axe?"
Mm-hmm.
Because murder mysteries, scary stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Our goal for this is to scare Minaxi.
Yeah.
Yes.
that's
Our
the
sole
end
purpose.
goal
The
like,
end goal
That's the end goal.
that's
is to
the
make
end
sure
goal.
you never come
purpose.
back to school.
Yeah.
Our only purpose of life was to scare Minaxi.
Scare
Yeah.
monoxide.
I feel so loved.
Monoxide.
Scare monoxide poisoning.
Okay. Which one's the first one
Okay,
we're talking
so the general topics of this one is going to be famous murderers. Assis listens to a lot of murder mystery podcasts. And then Sloni and Sikri have these really ridiculous stories, so we're going to be listening to those.
I mean, Amrita
And
as
Amrita.
well.
Amrita.
Amrita, like,
I'm sorry, we've been discussing
Mayhar's
this for a week.
been got, like, he's actually, like, processed in murder industry.
Wow.
Okay, so to start off with the title, Axe, who's holding the axe? We're gonna talk about the Axe Murder House.
Okay,
So
scary.
this murder house is located in the United States. I'm not gonna try to pronounce what state
Let's
it's
see,
in.
let's see. Where?
Wilson.
It's in Iowa. It's in Iowa.
Yeah, that's all we know.
Iowa.
And this house was cited in 1920 for brutal murder of 8 people. So I actually know the story of this, and I don't even need this. So basically, there was a family living in this house of mainly 6 children and 2 parents. Apparently, some guy, a murderer, came in the house and slaughtered all of them by an axe. And certain things led to things that were questionable. For example, when there was a pools of blood randomly from the axe dripping down of blood, nothing was known. And the thing is, 2 things that were interesting to me, he went for a round 2 from each one, so they were properly dead.
Yeah.
And also the fact that he ate food on their kitchen after murdering all
Yeah,
of them.
so he would prepare the food before, go kill the families, and
Yeah.
then come back and have a dinner as if he used to live there. And he would like set up everything. Like there would be a fork, and he would set up other people's food too, like how many other people there were in the family. But then he'd slaughter everyone else and then eat by himself, and then he'd leave.
But the thing is, this murder actually remains unsolved.
Like they
So-
don't, and if you, so there's this one channel, it's called Overnight, right? And it's TFIL Overnight, and they go there, and if you actually check that place out, they go and there's a specific mirror in that house that's covered by a drape.
Mostly
And
all of
when
them
you-
are covered.
Yeah, when you take it off and you spend the night there, there's sayings that you see the dead children, and you see the dead like spirits and stuff roaming around. Like you can see
Yeah.
them and you can feel the presence, but you can't like when you turn around, there's no one there. But in the mirror, you'll be looking at them through the mirror, but you look at them actually in real life and they're not there.
Yeah, and also the fact that this is open to the public. You can go and check this out for yourself. And also the fact that people have done experiments like having a little ball and it will roll by itself and stuff like that.
But the one thing people say is that when there's certain people who get attached to the spirits, so when that they're leaving, there's like scratches on their backs or their legs or something, and there's like some sort of physical reaction that happens to them.
Yeah.
Okay, so is this like a one-time murder or is this like a serial killer?
He went around the city, but like this was the main thing.
It's a
So
serial.
this is like the one case that was like,
Yeah.
oh my god.
Yeah.
It's like a serial killer, but then you know that where that one case originates.
That one case.
And also to the fact that when he slaughtered them, he took the axe. He took the axe and went back and then slaughtered them. And the axe mark is still in the house.
Yeah,
of
and if
him
you
hitting it back
actually,
and
yeah,
putting
and
it down.
if you go to that house, there's apparently skulls in a actual case that are sold at the people's head because it wasn't a solved case, so they can't take the skulls as evidence because they never solved the case. So it's in a glass kind of a cabinet there where you can see the heads and how they were hit every time. Anyways, Cecil
Yeah.
Hotel now.
I'm questioning before you start talking. I'm questioning why I started this podcast.
Because you love
don't
us.
need to
Okay,
question, because we
Cecil
are-
Hotel. This one, I think everybody has known about
Everyone
this.
knows about the Cecil Hotel.
watched it to the end.
It's an infamous hotel where around 16 people died, and it's kind of revolved around the famous killer Richard Ramirez. Everybody's heard about this person at least one point in their
What's
life.
the one with the 13 counts of murder?
Huh?
The 13 counts of murder?
16.
16.
Yeah. And if you
They
ever
keep on finding more each
Yeah.
year because they're not sure of the total numbers. But like since the hotel
could
is
be-
still like quote unquote like you could still
Yeah.
go there.
It's still an operation, so technically, right?
Let's go.
There could be bodies that have been dead for days in this hotel. 'Cause
And they
that's
didn't know.
that's how the operation
no, it could
works.
literally be years. And
Years.
they're like if somebody goes there
Look at
and
the girl, like
somebody's-
the case that we're
Yeah.
investigating, right? With
He
Cecil
was
Hotel.
also evicted of sexual assault. I was telling you right when we were walking of sexual assault, and to the fact I actually know a story about how he was like brought up. To the fact that one thing I've learned is most murderers have had a head injury in their past.
Yeah.
He had a head injury, right?
Or
always
they've
back to
had
the-
It's
Or the
always
medical
something
basis.
like okay.
Or
Have you
one
ever
time-
noticed this? Like 1 second. Like sorry, I'm interrupting you. But like one like. They're like the serial killers. They're like really smart. They're like
Yeah.
smart enough. Like some people were like studying to be engineers, or someone was studying to be a doctor. But
Yeah.
then like something happens in their
But
life.
it's always like a
this guy,
traumatic
yeah.
event that happens to them.
It's a
Either like
traumatic
somebody
event.
dies when they're a little kid, or they get hurt, or they get
Yeah.
bullied, or they get something in
This-
school. It always originates.
He actually, his father was a major in like what's it called? You know the people that dismember like animals and stuff. They study of
butcher?
animals.
Yeah.
No, study
Oh.
of animals and in science, and he learned how to
Veteran?
do that.
Veteran.
No, dismember them. Like I think he
Oh,
did
okay,
something
okay,
about
but
science.
Like something like a
Yeah,
science.
I was
yeah.
gonna call it.
Sorry, let's just-
This is how you know we're
Yeah.
still at school.
So basically, he learned them. He did it to animals, and also to the fact that he then after his dad got abusive, he moved in because that was trauma. He moved in with his cousin who sexually assaulted and dismembered as well. He did a lot of things, and one thing he also did was, what's it called?
I love how she's looking at the picture.
Wait, who is
No
this?
memory.
So he Richard Ramirez.
Oh, okay. I was like, what are we talking
about the
about?
Cecil Hotel thing,
Yo,
right?
Cecil
He
Hotel.
literally so let's talk about the most recent one. There's this girl, I don't know, I forgot her name, but she went to the Cecil Hotel is still running for business.
The
like you
Ce-
can still go there.
It's unbelievable.
But she
the
went
serial
there. She
killer
went there and she went into the elevator, right? And the elevator's known to like, at a certain point, you feel like there's somebody in there with you on a certain floor, right?
So not only that, right? Because I've watched the documentary,
Yeah, yeah.
right? So not only that, but there were two parts of Cecil Hotel, right? Cecil Hotel used to be like one
Yeah,
big hotel,
yeah.
but then they decided to switch it up for tourists.
Yeah.
So there was like sunny or like sunshine, something orange,
Yeah, yeah.
something like that, right? That was the bottom part of the hotel.
And then the actual Cecil was closed.
this actual
Yeah.
Cecil Hotel was open to convicts, criminals, anyone on that like
yeah,
block,
it was like
right?
in the 19 somethings. It was used as
The
like
case,
a
sorry, the case that like brought it up was Elisa Lam.
yeah,
Elisa Lam,
Elisa
that's her
Lam.
name, yeah.
She was basically they found her in the water cooler at the top of the
Yeah.
Fully
hotel,
undressed.
fully undressed, murdered, like brutally murdered. Was she?
Nah, she wasn't
no,
murdered.
No,
Yeah.
she wasn't.
She was
They never found out.
They
who
never found out.
her.
No, because
Because
she
ended up there.
technically died in the elevator because that was the last time they
Guys,
saw her.
no. This is where you're wrong.
This
So
is where
this
you
is
guys are wrong, guys.
This is
This
where you
is where
guys
the
are wrong.
mystery comes in part.
So what's her name again?
Elisa Lam.
Alisa, right? She was actually schizophrenic and she was having episodes prior to going to Cecil Hotel, right? Where she would scream and like make erratic movements and throw things across the wall. The exact same movements that she had in the elevator, right?
Wasn't there footage about this?
There was footage
Yeah,
about this.
there
So
still is.
Yeah.
she walks into the elevator. She hasn't been taking, mind you, she hasn't been taking her pills for like 2-3 days or weeks now, right? And her parents even told her, take your pills, right? So Elisa Lam goes to Cecil Hotel. Her parents let her know, listen, check in every day. I want to call every day. It's been 3 days, no call. Where's my daughter? That's the question. Where is my
About
daughter?
Richard
And then-
Ramirez.
Right?
Okay, yeah.
So what happened was that,
Can
sorry,
I,
yeah.
So since she was what was it? How do you say it?
Schizophrenic?
Yeah, since she was that, they resulted her death as a
Mental episode.
A mental episode, yeah.
mental episode because she was bipolar as well. So they just concluded it
She
just
had
like, yeah.
multiple mental health issues, right? So what they're concluding is that she climbed on a window sill and went up the fire escape, and But the thing is,
She
how did she open up the water tank?
How she opened that?
How did she climb? First of all, how did she get out of her window?
Okay,
And no one saw this happening?
Second of all, physically, look, like I'm not body shaming or anything. Physically looking at her, you cannot lift a water tank cap like that. Those things are heavy, yo.
And I don't think it was ever closed. The water tank was not. No.
And she wasn't wearing clothes when she was
wasn't wearing clothes.
No,
she was naked. She comes out of her window and no one sees this from
Yeah,
down.
they didn't find any like clothes in the water either, right? Exactly. So
Mind you, where Cecil Hotel is located is not a very good neighborhood. Drug deals, rapes, anything happens. So if you see something suspicious, you keep your mouth shut. Second of all, right, the water thing was left open, but a janitor or like a maintenance man, he came 2 days prior to like Lisa. No, he came like a while ago, right? And to do like regular maintenance because he received a complaint.
Yeah,
he closed the water
and it wasn't fully going to this one.
He closed the water lid, right? He went back down. A week later, he went back up after they were investigating, and inside the tank was her body. So police didn't actually find her body. It was the maintenance man.
That's what.
That's what I'm saying. But if you actually, like, I saw the footage, you could see the raw footage of like Lisa thing in the elevator, right? You feel like when you're looking at her, you feel like she's looking at talking to someone because she opens.
But that's also schizophrenic and bipolar behavior,
that's what I'm saying. But even it doesn't explain it.
She might have DID.
Richard Ramirez died before that, and then when you see her in the actual elevator, and there's still stories when you go on that elevator and you go alone, that at a certain time you see Richard there, like when you open. When the elevator doors open,
like also, can we give more information about Richard? Because I have the things open, right? He was called a Night Stalker because he did burglaries in the nights and stuff like that. Actually, this is facts here right now. 13 counts of murder, 5 counts of attempted murder, 11 counts of sexual assault, 14 counts of burglary, and 19 death sentence. So you see how much, and also the victims were 15 and plus. So one of us could have been the victims if we were.
No, see, it's like the girl, right? What's her name? Elisa
Lam.
Yeah. When you see her, she's like looking at someone. She's definitely talking, right? I get it that she has like the whole mental thing, but it's like she was definitely looking at someone and like fully having a conversation.
So that's where we get lost, right? Because it's back to like science or pseudoscience, right? She's schizophrenic, so that's schizophrenic behavior. Or are ghosts a real thing?
Also,
are spirits a real thing?
Who is she talking to? When he was in court and stuff, people became a fan of him because he was so good looking.
Oh my God,
they wanted to get him out.
Ted Bundy, he's so good looking.
He was one of them because he kind of looks like Roger from Die Don't Be Kid.
Okay, no.
You want to say something, Maker?
Right, adding on. No, I was just so shocked. Okay, where was I? Right, adding on to the causes. Okay, adding on to the causes because you guys were talking about what?
Elevators.
Yes, her schizophrenic.
She's schizophrenic and bipolar. She needs medication.
How do you say that?
Schizophrenic.
Schizophrenic.
So if there was more
schizophrenic.
She needs
like a demonic.
Schizophrenic.
She needs to be like heavily medicated every day. She needs to take like a couple pills.
Let the poor man talk.
I know. I haven't spoken like since the start.
Go on.
My name. Okay. What if it was more of a demonic thing? So there was a theory about. Do you know what the elevator game is?
Yeah.
Wait, no, I don't.
Okay, so
you have to.
It's where you press all the buttons.
Don't let her.
Don't let her do it because I don't know the description.
Okay,
I know
so basically, as you go in the elevator and stuff like that, and preferably one with the 13th floor because a lot of them.
They took out the 13th floor.
You have to click the numbers in like order, right? Like in a way.
1 to 13.
No, not like that.
There's a certain
like for
order.
example. Here it says first like the 10th floor, and then you go to the the second floor, first floor, like that. Usually it's not the first floor because that's the lobby.
Top to bottom, but in an order.
Yeah, in an order, and basically, apparently, when you like the last floor, you go into a different dimension, and you can't get out until you go back to the same elevator and reverse the whole order to go back in your real dimension. So you're basically skipping dimensions like this.
Okay, no.
Oh,
dimensions.
Talk about dimensions. Have you seen that video of like when this dude visits another dimension and he sees like that
the whole
spirit thing?
No.
Yo, what's going on?
What type of YouTube are you on?
Switched from like talking about a hotel to dimensions.
No. Go back to the hotel. Let's go back to the hotel.
Yeah. Go on.
That's it about the hotel.
So the thing is,
Now, I want to start talking about the school. The school has a
No.
No, that was like about the. We'll talk about that at the end because like that's my.
Okay,
Save
so
it.
like over here, it says that Lam had a history of not taking her bipolar medications, and as a result, on several occasions, suffered hallucinations that would cause her to hide under her bed
When
for
was the
refugee.
event?
As if-
She was
yeah.
hospitalized at least once for one of these episodes.
Can you see when was
my
this?
brain
Like
is so
what
big.
the time was she? Like when was the footage released or when this happened?
The footage
The
was
date.
Can I
need the
also
date.
like weeks prior
so
to her
she was
trip.
she was claimed, quote unquote, claimed missing on January 31st,
Yeah.
2013.
Yeah.
Really?
And then
January 7, 2013 was the day he died. Look.
Yo, are you serious?
Yeah, January 7th.
Are we uncovering?
That
June
is what
7,
I'm
June
saying.
7.
Yo,
So that
I've
means
done
she's still
this.
alive.
she quote unquote
No,
was
there was
claimed
literally
to
one
be
day.
she disappeared on January 31st,
January?
2013. January.
This is June 7th, 2013.
And then she died. They found
Well,
her
like,
body on
autopsy
February
reports.
1st of 2013.
I've
They found
done
it
this,
a day
okay?
after.
If you do the whole, I've literally done this with my cousin. We were so bored one day. We started this entire investigation. Okay, I feel like we're really close about it, but I don't know.
Yeah.
You start in Richard's little child life, whatever, right? You go on, and then you start the same with Lisa's, right? As much as you can get. And if you really think about it, it all kind of lines up because she's had some stuff done to her, which is like, oh my god.
I thought she
Right?
was like she lived her whole life online, like she blogged
And you know what's
everything,
funny?
right?
Yeah. She like,
And then she was literally
Was she
like
Canadian?
I think
She was
she's-
Canadian.
Chinese Canadian.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she had like depressive episodes in her blogs, and you could see that too, right?
Right, that was the only thing she did. She has like a constricted lifestyle, right?
Yeah.
And I was watching her videos and stuff on it, and you see the Cecil Hotel thing, and then you start thinking, it's like, were they meant to be together? Because he died January 7th. She died supposedly January 20. What was it? January 31st.
He died. No, he died June 7th, 2013.
June 7th, right? And she
Same
died.
year.
And she was found. She died,
was-
quote unquote, died on February 1st, but she might have died like before that.
Okay,
like,
people
we
like
don't
to
know.
say January to February, right? Yeah, but no.
No, but
People
the
are
thing
always
is,
dying,
she
but-
checked in. Sorry, can I
Yeah.
just? She checked in that hotel on January 26th of 2013. She was claimed disappeared at January 31st, and then she was found dead on February 1st. So
Okay, yeah.
it's between the 26th and February.
Okay, but maybe
But
when
then-
if she
no,
had
no, no.
DID or something, maybe she
Yeah.
did like climb up there and
No,
actually
can I
did
go?
commit suicide.
That's yeah. Sorry.
Richard,
But the
Richard-
thing is,
that-
sorry,
go.
she had no previous like quote records that she was like suicidal.
She wasn't
But she
suicidal,
left,
but she
okay,
was
she left her
mentally ill.
parents.
She
She
was
did such
mentally
big
ill.
steps to live in
Yeah,
this
but
place.
she, if
Obviously,
you
that's
really
because
think
her
about
parents
it,
were overbearing.
no, if you really think about it, that was the first time. No, wait, I have this entire thing.
Huh.
She lived in a constructed life. Okay, so she stayed inside. She made her blog, but she never went outside. You never would see her go grocery shopping. You would never see her go to the library. Nowhere. And then all of a sudden, she left her. All of a sudden, it was literally all of a sudden. She leaves
Do you think
and
it's
she
planned?
goes to a hotel.
Yeah, and you could see it in her blogs too, the build-up after her
That's
going,
literally
like,
what
no,
I'm building up
right?
here.
Yeah.
But I feel like I'm building up to this. It's like she left all of a sudden to a hotel where she disappeared. Okay, if you think about it, I feel like I have a feeling. You know when you have like that,
Yeah, like
strong
that-
feeling
yeah.
that somebody
Intuition.
came to her when she was still constructed in her house with nobody else. It was just her, and told her that she needs to leave.
Maybe she went psycho because it's
Or,
like a
something,
drastic change.
or
the day
something
before-
forced her to leave because
prior-
she literally left immediately.
But, Marina,
in the what it took her. If you really think about it, it's like, let's say she took 2 days to get there. Okay, she took 2 days to get there. She went missing the day after she signed it.
How does that happen?
So
And another
also-
thing, if she was not taking her medications, right, and she was bipolar, and we know that,
So
right?
wait,
And
before you
she went to San Diego, the zoo itself, and she posts images
Exactly.
on her social media, and she was alone, right?
Yeah.
So another theory could be that she actually went with someone to the San Diego Zoo.
So
See,
that's
that's
one of
what
the
I'm saying.
theories that police officers came up with, that she actually went with someone, and this person, her significant other, right, as we
Yeah.
call him, killed her. But also, back to the medication thing, days or weeks prior to her vacation, she wasn't taking her medication either.
See, no.
It was also
See-
like a small build up to like
See,
that
no.
mental psychotic
On
break that she
thing,
was having.
on that medication thing. Okay,
Yeah.
there's like you don't stop taking medication all of a sudden because you just hate it, right?
Yeah.
It's an
But
over
that's
the
what
time.
she said.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's an over the time build up where you're like,
think
I am
planned.
taking, like, I have a cousin with depression and she takes like medication and stuff,
Yeah.
right? But she won't all of a sudden stop taking because then she would go like crazy, right?
But as with anyone, right? Without
Right?
the stimulants.
You
But
just
that's what
don't
I'm saying.
stop taking medications.
You can
It's a build up, and that's what happened with
Look,
Lisa.
let's
It's a
do
build
it.
up for her to stop taking
Let's
medication.
do it on the table, okay? This is her, right? When she's taking medication, she's normal, she's fine, she's in her
She
house,
was
wouldn't
contained.
leave, right? And then there's a time period where somebody told her, do not take medication. It
But do
wasn't
you
even.
think that
It wasn't even
that's
like an
someone-
over the.
Do you think that someone that
Like,
she
is-
went to San
yeah.
Diego was the person?
But was there even a
Or
someone though, right?
Was there
this a
someone in the
coincidence?
hotel that we can't see?
Or is there another part that we're missing
If
here?
you,
Because
if you
these
look at the
hotel
footage,
cameras are never working.
and if you look at the footage, first of all, it's glitchy. Second of all, if you look at it really closely, she's not having an episode, but she keeps moving away.
Yeah.
Like if Minaxi's
Okay,
here,
she
but
went
you
in
can't
and out.
see
So
her.
I know what
She
you're.
kept moving
It's
out.
like someone
It's
was
like-
there.
I know what you're talking
You understand?
about,
Like it
and
was
they-
like someone was there.
Because she
and
wouldn't
was-
go to that one section because there was obviously someone
See,
there.
if the camera's here, right?
Yeah.
The camera's here, it's only gonna capture you guys. It's
Yeah.
not gonna capture me and Mehar. So it could be you now having a conversation with us. No one's gonna see that.
Yeah,
you're
if
having a
I'm looking at
Okay.
this, I'm not gonna realize that you're
So-
talking to Sloane.
Also, wasn't it in the video that they saw someone or some time jump,
Yeah.
right? But specialists and like analysts, they actually looked at the video and it wasn't doctored at all. So this could all be a coincidence, right?
No, if you
How
look
she
at-
got to the roof is still a mystery. But we know that she was off. We know the basic facts. We know she
If
was
you
off her
look at
pills.
the documentaries,
We
you
know
can
she was stir
see-
crazy.
You can see which way you take to go upstairs, and there's not a lot. You can't climb out the window.
Nah, so every window has the fire escape, and they're all connected. So she
Yeah.
went out and
But why
onto
would
the
she go
fire
naked?
escape. No, she took her
Because
clothes
she
off
might be-
there. She
But there was no clothes
So,
on.
okay, can
What's
someone
inside?
search up symptoms of like schizophrenia? Like when you're having a psychotic episode, don't you get like irritated with the clothes? And she was taking them off.
Yeah, maybe
And
he-
that way she jumped
and
in.
she also went to a water. What was it? Cooler? Or?
Yeah, she went to the water tank. Somehow
And
lifted
the
it
water
up.
gets warmed and cooled there. You feel that temperature?
How do you
No,
lift
that
a
makes
water
sense.
tank off?
Okay,
That's
Just
my
the
point.
lid.
No,
That's-
because
no, no,
if she was
even the lid,
irritating,
no.
if her clothes were irritating, if we're just talking basic
If it's,
facts,
like,
if her
basic, yeah.
clothes were irritating and she had the urge to take them out because
She would have taken off a long time ago.
She couldn't physically, hold, like the clothes on her body because. And like Sukrit said,
Yeah.
no body shaming anyone. But how would a size of Elisa Lam be able?
She was a
How
very
long she
petite
go?
girl.
No, the tanks, the covers are most likely anywhere from 15 to 55 kg.
How is she supposed to do
It's
that?
metal. It's all metal.
How is she supposed to do that?
So
Okay,
the
this
whereabouts of like the
mystery
water
still
tank
remains
lid
unsolved.
was like very unknown. Like no
No,
one
even
knows
if you-
what
you
happens. All we
see,
know
right?
is that like she was apparently having a psychotic break and she got through the stairs from the chute.
Okay, but the one thing
Right.
that doesn't make sense is that if she was having an episode and you want it to end, you don't drown yourself because that takes time. You jump off a building, you end it right there. She was literally on the top of the roof. She was standing
she
there. She
wanted to
could
die
have
painfully.
jumped off.
Okay, but everyone has their own psychotic breaks, right? With depression, like trigger warnings ahead, just so you guys know, like with depression, there are like cuts and stuff like that, right? However, with like anxiety, there's more like ripping at your skin.
Yeah.
Right?
Or,
There's
like,
more like
picking at
moving
your
your legs or
nails.
picking at your nails. So with schizophrenia, there's like different symptoms because it affects your brain differently, right? So it could affect everyone in a different way.
Okay, so let's leave this mystery unsolved and let's move on to another one. Because
Okay, can we talk about the school? Well,
Because this is
wanna
never
talk,
ending.
we
Yes,
wanna talk.
Mehar.
Yes, go on.
What school?
This school, the one we're currently seated in.
Okay,
I have
so
some
moving
stories about
on
this
from
school.
glitzy camera, let's talk about that first. Our Wi-Fi
Or-
is so bad.
A death of 11 Indian people.
Huh?
Key?
No, but like, okay, can I talk about one more murder?
Okay, fine. One more murder and then we're gonna talk about
Just
school.
this
Save the
one
rest
is
for last.
Canada. This one is like, okay, Hamilton. Everyone knows they have
Oh my
everyone
god,
right.
Hamilton.
Milton, Hamilton, like
What about
right?
it?
So like a lot of famous people have like been raised in that like city
Yeah.
itself.
Yeah.
So it was actually one of the capitals of. It was known as a serial killer capital in the world at one time. So basically, there were 25. Over the course of 25 years, there were 29 deaths or quote unquote murders, and 13 of those murders were attributed to 3 killers who were eventually caught and convicted. Right? So 15 of them were, but the rest weren't.
Okay.
And so the story is that there was a man that would, so there was bootlegging, how you be like this and you're like, oh, can I have a ride? Like, can you drop me
Yeah.
off?
Yeah,
the
okay,
red
okay,
flag?
yeah, like you're catching a ride.
So The theory is that this guy would come. He would first be like friends with these females. They were mostly females, like they're more.
Which makes sense. Yeah.
Which makes sense, but there was like a lot. There were kids as well, like boys. But females were just talking about females. So basically, he would like be their friend, and then after being their friend, he would, be like, "Oh, do you need a ride?" And this would be from work. All of these females worked somewhere, and it was in this like shopping mall, and all of these females, they were somehow connected to this shopping center.
Wait.
Whether they worked there or
Is
they
it the
had
one
a
where-
Or they had
does it have
a
to do with
parent that
cannibalism?
worked there, or it was their
There was
sibling.
some connection to
There
the
was
shopping mall.
some connection to that shopping mall.
Yo, y'all hear the random banging?
Yo,
That's
I'm
like, I
telling
don't know.
you, okay, before that, we're gonna come back to the school topic thing. If like when we're talking, if you go really quiet, all of a sudden, I'm telling you, are gonna hear somebody walking around us.
Dude, guys, they have trash.
Bro, there's trash.
There's no way. Okay.
Oh my god.
It's just a matter
Oh my god.
Okay.
Slowly.
You guys.
I saw your ears just like bleed.
Legitimately shaking right now. Oh my god.
Yo, we are so sorry. I forgot his ears are literally dying right now. We're right beside the meds, and bro, something fell.
We're just right beside trash. We only got scared.
I don't think I can explain my fear in this way. I grabbed that.
I was like, I'm not dying alone.
Why not?
I'm not dying
The
alone.
bodyguard.
Okay, let's not talk about school.
Yo, I'm sorry. Bro, I was talking about murder and that.
No, let's not talk about the school. But I'm telling you that there is something.
They can't hear you, bro.
I'm not saying it loud. This is literally right there. We walked out that second. But I'm telling
Yeah,
you.
because we
there-
scream like animals.
No, bro, sorry. Nobody.
Yo, I mean Babaji.
Bro, I'm telling you, there is something in the school, and nobody wants to believe me. but
I believe you, 100%.
I'm literally, there's physical proof, bro. No.
Okay. Let's talk about her story first. Finish it. We'll
Because
come
I
back
want
to
to hear
this.
more about this. I want to know what you're talking about.
Let me
Are you okay?
Yeah, continue. Hurry up.
You okay?
No, I'm good. Yeah. So he would basically pick up these females right in his car, and then after like he would pick them up. They would mysteriously go missing, and then their body would be found near the railroad. And he would just they would be just there, and then they would be found naked and all just sexual assaulted and all of these stuff, right? And so till this day, they don't know who would pick up these females.
But they know it was like a male picking them
But
up?
they know it's a male because of
Yeah.
his foot size. Because
Okay.
back then, if we're thinking, right,
Bro,
if someone had bigger
Gotta
foot
admit
size,
it bad,
we're
but
talking
they
about
are-
the 1960s, right? If someone had a bigger foot size, they would
They automatically.
Automatically
it's
male, right? Yeah, that makes
and then
sense.
they knew that there was a red car with mismatching tires. So all 4 different tires on the car. I'm gonna have a
Yo, I
I
still
swear
can't
to
stop thinking about the map.
No, let's do this. If it happens again, that's when you have to go back there and be like, don't hit nothing, we're scared. You have to go tell them not
The
to do
fact
it.
that it happened, the fact that it happened right
When she said-
right when was like,
bro,
I don't think
when
that's
everyone's
confident.
quiet,
so scary because
she's like, when everyone's quiet, you hear
All horror
footsteps.
stories and stuff, right?
Like,
But
I'm not
if
scared.
if I have to go through that, I will be scared, bro.
No, yo, I'm not scared because literally I've grown up where my dad will tell me scary stories, right? But at the same time, it's like before, after he'll do pot, he'll be like, you're fine,
No,
right?
because my
No.
dad does pot in my room.
Right, no, yeah, because because when we got our house, right, because we got a new house, and it was like newly built, right, and you know how they do pot and whatever?
Yeah.
My dad kept telling me, he's like, we need to do pot twice.
By
in this
the way,
house, right?
pot is prayer.
Yeah, it's a prayer, and he's like, we need to do pot at least twice in this house, and I was with him, I don't know what, and I was like, I'm with him, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, remember people like, oh, you just want to wear a suit, so it was a tradition or whatever, and he's like, I'm like, no, I feel like we need it at least twice in this house, right? First, we moved out of the house. We left. I don't know why, but literally 2.5 weeks after that, my dad's like, we're leaving. And I'm like, okay. Bro, one thing about my dad, one thing about my dad is that this dude will never lie. If something comes up to him, he will not lie about anything, right? And he tells me, he'll tell me stories. And I literally heard the Cecil story from him once first, right? He'll be telling me, but then he'll be telling me, and then all of a sudden he'll be like, wait. And I'm like, okay, what's wrong? He's just like, let's finish our bath first and then we'll go back to it, right? I'm like, are you okay? He's like, yeah, just for our safety. And I'm like, what safety? I'm like, what happened to not believing in
No, my dad is honestly, he's like, oh, I used to sleep where like they burn people. Like back in India, he's like, I just used to sleep there. Like I don't like her. And now he's like, because my oldest uncle, he committed suicide because of problems. He ate like fertilizer to like kill himself, and my dad has been scarred by that. But he's like, oh, usually when I'm sleeping in my truck, because he's a truck driver, he's like Dayadi, right? That means like oldest uncle. He comes and wakes me up, and it scares me. But like I'm used to it.
Like the dreams thing, right? Because my
but it's like him. And the thing is, literally, my dad and my oldest what's it called? Uncle look the exact same. It's so
Bro,
weird.
it's so creepy.
It's so
See, that's what happened in our family as well. So, when my grandfather died, my shorty pua, right? She could not like handle it.
Youngest aunt,
right? So she couldn't handle it. Like she went into like deep depression. Like she didn't like. She's still alive, thankfully. But like what she would do, she would like I would see my grandfather in the mirror, like behind.
Oh, mirrors are effed up.
No, like literally, she would be like, I would see, like
mirrors are
she would see,
fine.
like, she would be like,
depends on what you believe in for
मैं
mirrors.
कल daddy नु देखा सी mirror the bitch, right?
She said,
Translate.
Like
I saw my
dad in the mirror. And we would get so frightened by it, cause like that's not the first time we've heard it. My dad's aunt, right, like cousin aunt. So even she said that she's like, one time I heard that my brother was calling me right behind me. Like my grandfather was right behind her, and he's like, oh, Shiro, right? Like that's her.
Shiro, yeah.
Shiro, like the name, right? And I used to get so scared because like I was the closest to him because like he raised me, right? So I was like, bro, what if this guy comes to me someday and be like,
yeah, okay. So
You're
the thing
slowly-
about that, right?
But no, when my grandpa died, right? My great grandpa died, and he was like healthy, right? And all of a sudden he just died, and I get it, heart attack, whatever, right? But he was like from my mom's side, so he was my mom's grandpa, right? And the day we went to his funeral, my mom wouldn't let me go to him. I'm like, just like let me go. You know how they put flowers and stuff?
Yeah.
She wouldn't let me go, and like my mom, let's say with the garbage can is outside my great grandpa is, right? I would have to go stand back there. I wasn't allowed. I'm like, my sisters
She
were
doesn't
allowed,
want to
right?
scar you.
Did she think it was something like the
My sisters were allowed, but they're younger than me. I'm the oldest. She like job, right? To me, she's like, go watch your baby brother.
No, that's what happened to
fine,
me.
bro.
During my grandpa's funeral, right? My parents did not even let me go to the funeral house. Like I did not say goodbye to my grandfather because there's like this thing in our like household. Like apparently it happened like 3,000 years ago, but like it's still like everyone.
3,000 years is not that not that long ago.
Everyone's still. I'm just exaggerating, not that long
necessarily.
ago. But it's like a theory in our household. It's like if you were close to someone and
You don't go to the funeral.
you don't go to their funeral. But another thing that if they came to your dream the day before they died, it's like they're like your souls are connected to that person.
Oh, I don't like that.
Okay.
So I don't like that idea because after my grandmother passed, she came to me and I do not have a good
it's not
relationship with
past. Wait,
grandparents.
can I like finish
Sorry,
my
go on.
thing? It's like because the day my grandpa died at like 5 in the morning, right? So like in the Kende, right, they say that if a person dies in the morning, they're connected to God, meaning they went
Yeah.
through
And like you wake up at certain times too. It's Rob telling you, Hana.
Rob, right? But like, bro, my grandfather came to my dreams at 4 in the morning, and I woke up, and my mom knows this. I woke up and I told my mom, I was like, Mom, like my dadaji came to my sleep, like my grandpa came to my sleep, and he said that I'm leaving now, right? And this, my mom's like, sonja, kuch nahi hunda, right? 5 o'clock, my dad calls, and he's like, this guy's gone.
No, see, it's literally so scary. One second.
And it's so scary for an 8-year-old. 8-year-old, you
No,
like,
bro,
really
it's scary,
visioning this.
but the actual scary thing is like after my great grandpa died, right? You know how you go to the Gurdwara or whatever Gurdwara is the temple, right? We went the day of, and I swear to God, there was this one person who looked so much like my great grandpa.
I've
and he
seen-
was walking around everywhere, and he wouldn't leave our family alone. And I'm like, what is this, right? And I
Bro.
tell my dad literally, he will not take anything I say like in the joke way because he knows I wouldn't like joke about certain things, right? So he like looked at me, he's like, are you joking? I'm like, no. And he just like show me, and I show the person, he fell into disbelief too, and he's like, I swear to God, there's something wrong with this. And he's just like, I feel like, and he just like, he felt this way too because he's like, I know that you're not lying, but my mom kept making fun of me. She's like, this is on the rich. She's like,
Because that happened to me as well. Like when I went to Bias, right, where my dadaji's, asthi are, like the what do you call it? Ashes. There was my grandfather's friend, right? He looks exactly like my grandfather, and I started crying, like bawling my eyes out because I was like, bro, this guy looks exactly.
You guys
like
had good like attachment to your grandparents. I hate it all.
Okay, hold on. Like really quick before we wrap this up.
I do not have any.
Are we wrapping this up?
Yeah.
Well, we gotta do the dare really quick.
Really quick before we wrap this up. Okay.
Can we have another hour-long episode?
There's
That was
like
fun.
there's a difference.
We'll do part 2.
There's a difference between like good atma and bad atma. If we're talking about like
Okay,
Indian
Atma
culture.
spirits because these ones I don't know how to translate. So
Okay, yeah, my bad. Spirits. Okay, because when my great grandfather died, right, he came to my mom's dreams, right, but he wasn't saying anything like, "Oh my God, yo, I'm coming for you next." He was more like, "Show me your house," because we bought a new house at the time. He's like, "Show me your house. Show me how good it's going."
such nice
Right?
interaction. You know what my grandma did?
And then
Sorry,
for
go on.
it's okay, like for the closet, he was like, "Is this my room?" And my mom's like, "No, this isn't your room." And he's like, "Come," like he was holding his hand out to my mom, like, come with me." And my mom's like, "No, it's not my time yet, right?" And then she woke up and she's had this type of dream with him in it, like 2 or 3 times. But it's never been.
Same dream I have with
But
my
it's
grandpa.
never been bad. It's always been him congratulating her, telling her it's okay. Something.
mom
So it's a
has
good
that.
spirit.
My
My mom
grandpa's a
has
good
those type of
spirit.
dreams, but it's like
It hasn't happened now. This
no.
happened like right fresh when he died, like a couple weeks after.
Right fresh
After that,
when
he
he
was
died.
done.
Because that happened to my pua as well.
Yo, fresh when he
Like,
was in the grave.
My pua would be like my grandpa, right? He would be sitting in a field that's like white all around. It's like light, right? And he'd be like, Aja, and they're like,
But this
come, right? Daughter, come, right? My pua's name is Inder, right? Aja, right?
My mom came in.
And my pua would say the same exact thing. She was like, "Nahi haji mera time nahi hai, right?
That means
Yeah.
it's not my time.
And
to go.
that happened to me as well when like my grandpa came, right? Like I met Jallawan, right? And I was holding his hand, and he literally left his hand to let me go.
Bro,
away.
mine's
No,
just so
see,
bad. Let
it's
me
like-
just say this real quick. My grandma came my dream, and she obviously had a better bond with my brother because I was a girl, the first girl, and they didn't like that. Like, no, we wanted a son. And I held my hands up like to hug her, and she literally dodged my hug and went to hug my brother.
She's like, "Nah, not
She
you,
was like,
bitch."
no, she literally did. And I'm like, okay, whatever. Be like that. Even when you're dead, you're gonna be like that. Like that's so mean.
So there's a
No, see,
difference
my
between
mom,
like the
right?
atma. Oh
she was
shit,
like,
sorry.
she'll be, or not my mom, sorry, my aunt. I live in a joint family, right? So my aunt,
Yeah.
there was this one time when I swear to God.
No, it's okay.
My
it's okay.
aunt one day she woke up and she came downstairs, right? And it's like it's family. It's like a Sunday, bro. You know how everybody wakes up on Sundays, whatever. We're sitting downstairs and we're talking, and all of a sudden she's like, "Yo, I have a dream to tell you guys." I'm like, you would have told us this earlier. And she's like, that means I didn't like.
I didn't
right?
remember.
She's like, I didn't remember before. I'm like, okay, so tell us. And she's telling us that she didn't see her mom's figure, but her voice was there. And she was guiding her. And I'm like,
So-
what are you
In
doing?
dreams,
to
you
us?
never see
Not
that.
only
Anyway,
this, right?
yeah.
So this could once again goes back to science or pseudoscience. This could be a
Yeah.
real thing, or this could be a trauma response in your brain letting you like say goodbye and like
Trauma
having a
response,
minute,
yeah.
right? Like like it's sort of like a way for you to cope with what's
See,
happened.
coping. Yeah, that's why. Because if like a bunch of scientists, this is the end of the thing. We're gonna start doing the.
Yeah, we gotta wrap it up.
But it's like that's why children in the age range of like 8 to like their teenage years, they stay up so late because there's a coping mechanism and there's something attached to the nighttime where it's soothing to the person. Anyways,
bro, I'm
okay,
so
we're gonna
tired now.
spin.
Let's wrap this up.
Okay, what about the school?
Rock, paper, scissors.
Okay, that's good.
Can we
This
talk
is-
about the school now?
This is part 1. You guys will be updated for part 2 soon.
Yeah.
Part 2, we're talking about the school.
Hopefully,
This
I'm
is
not
like a
the host.
snippet.
Yeah,
We're still the host. We're just not talking.
Yeah.
I didn't say anything.
Okay, now we're gonna do the dare.
Hold on. Rock, paper, scissors
Oh.
with the person beside you.
Okay, yeah.
rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Okay.
I'll see
So,
you.
who lost?
What did you
I
do?
lost.
Rock,
Okay,
paper,
you guys
scissors,
go.
shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Okay, so who lost? Who lost?
My body.
Mehar.
Okay.
Mehar? Do it. Last one.
We'll do it again.
I'm fine. Do it again.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Okay.
Okay, Slowly, you do it.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Okay, so Oni lost, so therefore we're gonna be spinning the wheel and see what dare she gets.
Okay, you ready? Love the noise.
That's like a satisfying thing.
Oh my
You
goodness.
When
gotta
it slows
do
down,
it.
it's better.
We'll give you 2 options because that's what we did last time.
I know for a fact Mr. Fryer's in there right now.
Oh.
I know. Okay.
That's the principal. No,
Okay, you're allowed to spend
now
one
the
more
second
time.
option, you can do this or the other one. You have to do one of
Because
these.
there's not many teachers in the school right now.
Yeah.
Guys,
Oh
calm
my
down.
God.
What is this?
Find a random someone.
Find someone random, Mayhar.
Oh, no, I'm not fighting. I'll call someone
Let's
from
go,
the first
teacher.
name.
Okay, so actually, wait. So we're gonna do this there on our Instagram. So what's our Instagram? I forgot it.
Eerie.theories
underscore podcast, and it will be on there. So
It will be on
if you
there.
made it this far, go follow us over there, and subscribe.
Somebody recorded because if someone.
I'm recording.
You're recording?
Okay, so
perfect.
Slowly.
Yeah. This is gonna be great. Yeah.
So as they go, can we?
Yeah.
Okay,
so they're gonna go do the dare. You're gonna find it on our Instagram because we're good like that.
Yeah.
But we're gonna wrap it up now. This was a really long episode.
Yeah,
I
but
didn't say
there was a lot of
anything.
interesting conversations.
Very
if you guys
interesting.
do want a part 2, let us know too.
Yes.
But
DM us.
just
We'll
DM
put up a
us.
poll.
Yeah.
Whatever.
And we'll film the next one. And
Okay.
since we also have actually a little sneak peek for next episode, talking about our school. So you
Yes.
want a little bit tea from there.
Yeah. Next episode is a part 2 for this, so keep an eye out for that. It'll be in a week or 2 or 3. Whenever we find the time, we will post. Make sure you please interact with our Instagram.
Please.
It was a really hard process to get it.
Yeah, so Eerie.theories underscore podcast.
So,
Yeah.
go follow that. Interact with our polls, our questions. We need dares, people, please. But yeah, thank you. And
Yeah, we're gonna end it off here.
yeah.
Bye.
Bye.